Hey everyone, we're starting the episode. Can
It's
everyone
on my
give me a mic
shoe.
check?
Mic check.
Yes, Dave, see me later. I have an idea that might help you with what shoes
Okay,
because I deal with that
good.
problem
The
here.
mics are being
As
picked
long
up
as they're
this week.
non-slip, because I need that for kitchen stuff.
Cold open.
This is great, great,
Icewind
great.
Dale, cold open.
The
Yeah.
Marin Open.
Hello and welcome to the Proficiency bonus channel. I'm your kind and also loving DM Sarah, and tonight we're playing Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. I think I see. Yeah, Frozen Open. Thank you, our good friend Blitzgraybeard, Matthew, for typing in all our little things already for us, so exclamation points. But we would like to thank some of our sponsors that have made this show possible, including Twitch and Streamlabs OBS, our partners with Little Dragon Core. Unfortunately, our coupon is not working right now. Michael just emailed them Friday, I believe, or was going back and forth with them, but I think he said on Friday that he's getting it resolved. So, unfortunately, no coupon from them right now, but we will get one to you in the future. And I hear if you check out their Twitter and Facebook page, they're pretty generous with those as well. So, we also like our friends Cardboard Castle Games in the South, who have all sorts of tabletop and card-based games for you to peruse. And then, with that, we're gonna dive in, jump and dive in to our recap. And, last time on a very special episode of Rime and the Frostmaiden, the adventurers reached the Dark Duchess, a ship that had made its way into the sea of moving ice from Luskan, and became stuck within said ice. This is where Farewell... Oh... Sorry, I get distracted easily. This is where Farewell had left the party of her fellow crewmates, before she killed them all in self-defense and burned the bodies for warmth. The party then started to investigate the ship, only to find an ice troll, that was angrily trying to get some kobolds in a locked room. The party defeated the troll and let the kobolds go. They then spent a good amount of time looking around the ship and finding a great pile of treasure, including some bluish-tinged armor and a certain wand within the hoard. As they were leaving, they encountered the dragon who owned the hoard, and now found out she was missing a few marbles herself, as she talked continuously to the body of a wizard that was strapped on her back. This body wasn't alive, so she was doing that. After some quick thinking from Vander, he kind of decided to sacrifice his party and get her to find their bonfire a few nights from now. And they left the encounter relatively unscathed.
There's a reason why Vander's not here tonight.
Yeah. Vander is
We
missing
killed
for
him.
the night. We won't miss a name, but
At the
dead.
scene of the crime.
We actually killed Nate.
and so goes. We are now in Icewind Dale again, away from the ship a little, and you guys had jumped on your axe peaks and were riding out into the tundra last time I left you. Blitzgraybeard says it's been too long since he's had a Dave moment, so this one goes to Anji and Anji Dave. Oh, he gifted you some player inspiration.
Fantastic.
Yeah, from
Thank
Matthew
you.
there, so.
Do you feel inspired, Dave?
Do. I feel very inspired, but I still would like those shoes. See you next time.
So I then have a questione for our lovely DM, or also possibly to Farewell. Did you go, because you're in the lead and everyone's kind of following after you, Farewell? Did you just pretty much go back the way we came towards the corpse pile, or did you possibly run in a different direction other than that?
I would be
Where are
heading
we going?
back the same way we came, past the corpse pile, up the river again,
Okay.
since it seemed like a fine route the first time.
Yeah, so let me
Um,
just see.
yeah. I'm not super. I guess I would wait for you to catch up once it's evident that the dragon is not swooping down on us once again. and keeping a regular pace more. You know, the farther we get away, the more regular the pace gets, or that I'm going.
About 6 miles to between the corpse pile and the ship, it
Right.
seems, according to the map. So we'd be doing it for a little bit at least. Gray would probably be like, "All right, head count. Did we leave anyone behind? I'm here."
I'm here.
Yes, okay, you're all. I'm here as well.
Where
Vander's
is Evander?
there. Vander's there. We got him.
I pointed the goat on your sled.
Even the goat made it.
Yeah, I kind of just panicked and grabbed anything that was moving. So, we have a goat now. Maybe not for long if we get hungry, but we have a goat now.
This is really important for my character. How good does that goat look as far as possible meat goes? Probably not great, right? It's been in a boat for a while.
It's pretty malnourished right now. You'd have to nurse back to health a little, maybe give it a couple good days of pasture, and then you could eat it.
Where are we gonna find pasture?
Exactly.
I mean, I have feed for it.
Oh.
So convert
Like
very cheap
parasites
feed
and
into
things.
very good meat.
But okay, on another note, how lucky are we that the dragon we run into is insane, right?
Lucky for now.
I mean, I think this spells really well for the rest of our journey. We're a really lucky crew.
We have a whole lot of crap that doesn't do us any value unless we can get someone to buy it. But yeah, lucky for now.
In the
You're not
meantime, we
wrong.
do have quite a lot of gold in general.
That's right. Did the bowl make it?
I got it.
Okay.
I put the goat in the bowl, and then I grabbed the bowl, and I got that box.
Would make
too,
a really good sled.
Was
Yeah.
just thinking that.
I got
Kev,
the
just thinking that. Let's find a hill.
They do make sleds that shape, to be honest.
I had
They're
one.
called saucers.
I had one. I went over a hill and landed in a thorn bush. It sucked,
Ooh.
but the sled
So
worked.
after we figure out how to make a convincing copy of our dead bodies, preferably 50 miles away from here, we can all go sledding on the bowl. I think that'd be great.
Then we can cook the goat in the bowl.
I'm still not sure about cooking the. Well, I mean, I guess we could. We could at least give it a shot.
Let's see if let's travel as far as we can with what light we have, and then I'll see if we can find somewhere to duck down that has cover from the sky, so if she does come back around again, she doesn't find us. And we'll divide up this crap.
Okay. So you're gonna go south down to Farewell's Mark, it says.
Yeah, I believe last time that was Farewell's Mark was about 3 hours
Yeah.
travel. I'm not sure how long we spent on the ship.
You
So
spent a good long time because each layer took an hour to carve
Took an
into.
hour. Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
say-
we were there for like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like, you know, you left there in the morning, you went like 4 hours travel, so 9 hours since you guys woke up, so I'm gonna say it's around 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 at night right now, and you are, as you go down south more, towards Farewell's Mark, it's now a landmark, it's a monument, Farewell's Mark. It's gonna be, if you reach there, you're gonna have to press on until after dark, but if you get about halfway there, it's gonna be about 8 or 9.
So should we continue on, or should we stop and make camp for the night? Because on the one hand, it might be good to get as much distance between us and that crazy dragon as possible. But on the other hand, traveling here at night is not really advisable.
No, I don't think that we should travel at night. Not to mention, who the hell has that freaking wand with a skull on it? Who the hell took that?
I think it's probably in the bag if nobody, because I was sort of hurrying everybody out.
I don't remember if Evander picked it up with his mage hand, but I don't know if he said, I'll hold on to it or put it in.
Yeah,
I
but
think
if
we can
nobody has
assume
it,
that he
it's
he
in the
put it in
bag.
the bag for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Because I want to know what the hell's going on with that thing.
I can
Before we
figure it
forget.
out. Um, but I'd have to hold it.
Well, that shouldn't be done while we're traveling. So. I say travel until sundown like normal, and then see if we can find somewhere and make camp. Maybe we can double time the axe peaks just a little bit for the extra bit of distance. I have feed. They can run a little bit harder for one day. So we'll do that.
So I didn't quite catch that.
Go harder next day. Stop now.
Yeah.
At dusk.
Yeah.
Alright, around dusk you get pretty close.
A lot of cards.
You get around here. So it'll be like an hour to travel in the morning to get fully to the other mark. The corpse file.
Yeah, so we get our camp set up, our animals seen to, our shelters constructed.
Yep. That's okay. So if anyone's gonna do watch tonight, give me a perception roll.
I suppose we all will, right?
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
Agree.
Yeah.
Knocks Evander out.
It's an 11 for Anji. I'll take second watch.
Okay.
I'll take first
That's a
watch.
4 for Kavik. I'll take whatever watch.
I got a 19. I'll
Okay.
take fourth.
I got a 20. I'll take first.
I guess I've got third.
See in the dark, so.
Alright.
I will hand you out of the stuff out of the bag of holding.
Ta-da!
That you want to take a look at.
Let's see.
Probably the armor, because I don't think we. Armor never made it in the bag, but the wand, if it did, I'll hand that to you.
I'll flip up the little like latches on the box that the armor was kept in, and bring that over to you, Kavik.
Yeah, so I'll take a look at the armor and the wand. You know, holding on to first the armor for a minute. You know, with the armor and touching with one hand, and I've got those two pearls, and I'm kind of like hand juggling them. Like a worry, meditation orbs, and just.
Alright, the first thing you find is that the Oh, your turn's later. So Greg, during your turn, your watch. Let's see. You see a group of 5. No, it says. Let's see how many. I gotta roll for this. Okay, that's more than 5. 12 people walking nearby. They seem to have seen your camp and are kind of keeping their distance, but they don't look like they're aggressive towards you.
Best people. Does it look like? Why are they out here? We're really far from a 10 town. Can I get a closer look at them without moving closer?
Yeah. They look like,
Wind.
give me a, investigation check to see if you kind of recognize anything. Because you're already aware that they're there with perception, but...
Straight down the middle with a 10.
They look like they're pretty heavily furred. Like, have, fur on. They look like they might be trappers or something, going to the sea of moving ice for, like, seals or something. Just look like everyday workers, you know, They stay a respectable distance from your camp, but you could probably call to them if you wanted.
Not in the... Today's not the day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see, and if they... over the course of my watch, if I see smoke that they've made a camp somewhere in the area, I'll make note of it. But I'm not gonna call them over, especially if there's like 12 of them. That's more than we have.
Okay, actually, 3 of them break off from the group and start walking towards you.
I'll give a hand to Farewell that.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
handle
Farewell
it
said
since...
you're not
Yeah.
sleeping,
I'm aware.
so you're
I'm
aware.
aware of what's going on.
Okay.
I'm also resting at the same
Yeah,
time, but I'm aware
sure.
that things are happening. I can hear
And
and see still.
Sure.
I know that Farewell's got a pretty good eye with the crossbow, so I'll actually come up alone with my dogs.
Okay. They put their arms up and say, "What ho, friend?"
What ho, friends? How can I help you?
Oh, we're just passing by, trying to get to the sea of moving ice. We got some stories and we've got some whiskey if you're interested.
It's kind of late to be going out trapping, don't you think?
Oh, we got a little sidetracked. There was a small blizzard from where we came from, so we just wanted to make up the time. Try to get there tomorrow.
From whence did you come? Did you
We came
make
all
your
the way from East Haven.
Bremen? East Haven.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did, and my 2 friends, but we picked up someone from Targos as well, and some from Bremen. We're just a traveling bunch.
You might want to delay your trip a bit. There was some sightings of a dragon in the area.
A dragon? That's a shame, because I'm gonna
It's more than a damn shame.
Angajuk's bell is right on the scene of moving ice, and that's a fun thing to do.
Angajuk's what? I'm
Bell?
sorry.
You've never heard of
Bell?
it? It's a very interesting
visiting.
attraction that they have around here.
Alright. How interesting are we talking then?
There is. I'm not lying, you won't believe me, but they take this whale, and they have a bubble in its back, and you can actually go through the sea moving ice on it. It'll take you through. It's more of a... not a tourist trap, no one goes out there anymore, but it's certainly an interesting thing to see.
It takes you under the water?
Yes.
And it's like just encased in metal.
Well, the whale itself has straps on it, and it has this giant bubble on top of it that makes so people can go inside and stand on top of the whale as it swims.
For some reason, I was thinking you meant like a whale, not an actual breathing whale.
No, the whale itself is very smart for an animal, almost eerily so, but it seems friendly enough.
Well, let's all be a little bit smart tonight and stay away from the sea of moving ice at least for a day.
Alright, sounds good.
Let
Thank you
that
for the
beastie
warning.
move on.
Do you have anything you'd like to trade for? We've got some got a lot of pelts on us. Lots of warm weather gear.
No, I don't believe we are in need of it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be out this far. We're probably just more interested in coin than anything, but I think that's kind of moot. I assume that's what you would be wanting when you get back to town as well.
Right, well. Also, if you see a cloaked elf with charcoal-colored skin, purple eyes, and a pair of gleaming scimitars, for the love of Soon, don't attack him.
I'm not in the business of just attacking people that I happen upon in the wastes. That's why you're all okay.
Glad to hear it, friend. Would you like that shot of whiskey now? It'll warm your
I
bones.
put the crossbow behind my back.
Yeah.
I'm fine, thanks. I need to keep my wits about me for the people in my camp.
Alright.
Thank you, though.
Well, if you ever want to visit us, we are the Elk Ragged Tribe. Most of us are from there. And you can find us... Sorry. You can find us... scattered everywhere. Okay, that's not very helpful. You can find one of our camps, but be careful, there are other Ragged Tribes which don't take too kindly to outsiders.
Alright. Well, then, before I let you go, since I warned you about the dragon, you seem like you travel all around. Have you encountered, perhaps, in your travels, any that would describe themselves as a druid wandering the wastes?
You mean the old tiefling woman?
Maybe.
Yes, I've seen her not quite a couple times, maybe a handful of times walking around. She's usually off by herself. We've offered our fire to share with her, but she seems complacent enough on her own. She means no harm, I don't believe. There are other druids in Icewind Dale, though, that you might want to take precaution of. There's this one guy that goes around awakening animals, which is actually, once I said it out loud, you would know that he would know that the whale is probably awakened. So.
When last did you see this tiefling?
Maybe 10 days ago.
This was so then it was on your journey out here.
Yes.
About where?
Probably north of Bremen. On the mare. Probably a couple hours north of there. When we came from Bremen, we kind of took a northern route.
Thanks. You should get back with your group. It's getting dark fast.
So it is. So it is. Well, have a good night, friend, and if you need anything, we're over there.
Alright.
The Elk Tribe, don't forget that. The Tiger and the Wolf Tribe, they're a little more particular.
Well, I suppose that explains the choice of animal then.
Right. Alright. So he will walk back to his camp, and him and his friends will kind of wave to you and nod at farewell. And the rest of your watch passes by uneventfully.
Alright. Farewell, I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but just make sure that none of them sneak their way on over to our camp. Alright. Who's going next? Is it Anji next? Was it you next? Alright. He never goes into Miss Anji's tent. He always kind of waits outside, and it's just sort of like he passes his hand in the flap, and it's like, Miss Angie, it's your turn for watch.
Or rustles the outside instead of
Yeah.
knocking.
Rattles the frame.
No, he doesn't. He just puts his hand through to kind of like be like, it's me. It's not someone who sounds like me. And just wakes you up that way. He never puts his head in. For you specifically. Kavik, he'll always just go right in there. Respect women, Juice.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start my watch. I'm sitting by the fire trying to keep an eye out, but also inspired by the last little battle we had with that troll. The idea of having like a little minor illusion dwarf man kind of jumping around was so fun, and maybe I could get it to be like a little more real and kind of get the animation down a little bit more smoothly, and maybe even put a little substance into it. So I'm just sort of like firing off a little bit, just trying to practice making it more solid, see if I can get heat off of it or something.
Give me an Arcana or Performance, depending on how you want to flavor this.
Oh, one of those. Ooh, it's a 9.
It could use a little work. It's solid enough, but it could use a little work with the flashy things that you want to do with it, per se.
So I can kind of nudge it, but I can't quite get it to like cast mini fireball or anything yet.
Not yet. But your watch passes by uneventfully, and then we get to Kavik.
Oh, Kavik!
Yeah. Well,
It's your turn. It's your turn. Did you get a chance to look at any of the terrible, terrible things yet, or is that what you're planning to do tonight?
that's what I was planning to do tonight.
Oh, good luck. Do see how it goes. Goodbye.
All right. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
make sure you keep talking to me if you find any more abnormalities. We don't want to let any kind of conditions worsen. All right?
She like kind of pulls the skirt of her robes up a little bit just to like a little cursory check by the dim light, like, right. I'll do a thorough check once I get back in my tent. Good finder.
All right. Good lass.
Alright,
And
so you are gonna identify these objects.
yes, I'll do the armor first.
The armor is a set of mithril armor, and it is chainmail.
Ooh.
I believe I said chainmail.
You said it was splint. You asked me what I wore, and I said I started with chainmail. Right?
Yeah, splint worse or better.
Splint is better than chainmail.
Okay, I'll give you splint. This says chain, but I wrote a note that said splint, so I didn't know which one I told you.
Okay. Yeah, I think you said splint. 'Cause
Yep.
You asked.
Alright,
which
you
one
got-
was higher.
You got a suit of splint mail. And then, for the viewers at home, I don't know if Matthew's still with us, this is the one that they find.
It's so innocent looking.
Quite.
Nothing weird about
Okay.
that.
So I've just put
Oh.
down the updated list. Then I think of everything.
Tell me, what do I
Also,
find out
everything
about
we have
it?
is in the bag of holding, other than what Kavik.
So you hold this wand,
Hmm.
and you sense that there's something magical about it. And it's a creepy looking wand. It's a spine with green eyes, perfectly carved. And you find that it emits the continual flame spell.
It emits what?
The
Sorry.
continual flame spell. It's not the wand of Orcus, but it says it's a perfect replica of the wand of Orcus, though.
Okay, so the skull and spine are in fact carved and not harvested.
No, it says it's a carved wand that is a near perfect replica of the wand of Orcus that emits a green light from the skull at its tip, and
Still means that they
it
knew
is
what it looked
created
like.
by a continual flame spell. I'm sorry, Ink?
That still means they know what it looked like,
Yeah.
which. But
I might have come
goodness.
across it in one of the books in my Artificer University.
Give me a
Yeah.
Arcana check for that. Or
Just-
history,
just-
whichever you're better at.
Just reading up on the Lord of Undeath.
Yeah, that's
Summary
I'm better.
list.
I'm better at Arcana. I got a
Okay.
+5 to that. Let's see. That's a 13 plus 5 for 18.
Oh yeah, you'd know that was a You would be familiar, not maybe with all that it could do, per se, but you would recognize this as a replica of a powerful artifact.
Well, Kavik is quite glad that it's not something as awful or deadly as the wand of Orcus, but perhaps we can use it to our advantage because maybe not everyone would be able to discern the difference between a replica and the original. So we'll definitely keep this and be able to light a couple of campfires at the very least, and at the best, probably scare off somebody.
Probably a good intimidation factor going there. Anything else you want to do in your watch, Kavik?
I just want to kind of give the armor that we found a good going over. Make sure it's nice and clean and usable for my big tough metal clad friend, and hopefully he'll be able to wear this with pride and be able to wage into battle assured that he would be able to defend himself and others.
Alright. And then farewell, you have the last watch?
Yep. I'm just going to be pacing myself around the camp.
Okay. Nothing. The firelight over in the distance that you saw flickers. No one is coming over though. Right now. So it looks good.
No dragons, no other
dragons,
people.
Nothing, yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, you're good. So, the sky begins to brighten. And let's see, who else do I have to talk to? And Alright, so the sky begins to brighten, and you see one of the three people come over again. They hold up their hands and they say, "We know that life is very rough out here. We would like to give you some seal meat, we caught earlier by the other lake. If you would accept it, and we also have some pipeweed, because we know that's rare in these occasions. Please."
Am I the only one up
Sorry.
at the moment?
No, the sun began to rise, so not the sun. It began to lighten, so you can see everyone else in your party begin to slowly wake up.
Yeah, I'll grab the nearest person that eats food and breathes and point them towards the person that's offering food.
Sorry, what did you say you were offering? Did you say seal meat? Snow meat?
Yes, seal meat and some pipeweed. Just a friendly gesture. You never knew
Right.
when you'll need people out in these parts or meet them.
Can I insight check? I'm like looking at like if Gray and Kavik are awake too. Like, do we need to get who are these people? But like, I'd like to
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll nudge you and be like, thumbs up, like they're okay.
You can insight check if you want to, though.
11. I am just.
They seem to be nice people.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm getting tempted by this wonderful thing that you've offered us. And thank you very much for your generosity. to Farewell, I'm like, do we have places to be today? Do we have a timetable we're trying to meet?
I point generally in the direction of, I believe it was Bryn Shander. Generally.
I
been a
suppose if the
while
dragon
since-
thing does show up too, it'd be nice just to have sort of. Never mind.
It's been a while since I had a smoke. Do you have a pipe?
The guy kind of looks in his pack and says, well, not much, but he hands you like this roughly carved pipe. And I'll take it. Give it to you, I mean. I'll offer it.
It just goes right through the slats. So it's very much like, well, not very much like, but you know Father from Kids Next Door? How he always had he was just a silhouette, but then he just had the pipe. It's kind of like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
puff.
I'll hand the trader. I'll reach into the bag holding it and give him one of the pieces of the cloth with the gold lined thread. I mean, it's light. I don't think it's going to add a lot of weight to his travels, and something pretty in the bleak.
Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you. What was your name?
Her name's Farewell. Gray, pass me
Okay.
that pipe. Don't Bogart.
He hands it over, and then a few seconds later, out of all of the slats is the big cloud of smoke. Alright.
Well,
That
thank you
really
for
took the
this.
nerve
It's
off.
it's very beautiful, and just be careful out there.
Same
There's
to
some
you.
good folk, but some not so good folk.
Mm-hmm.
And just our luck that we keep meeting the good ones. Gavin, do you want some?
Can't hear you, Jim.
Yeah, you're muted.
Gavin, you're muted.
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
I mute myself sometimes so I don't exclaim or something. And Cabot kind of starts examining the pipe, just the kind of shoddy workmanship, and already he's just coming up with how to build a better pipe, and he'll kind of he'll take he'll take a couple of puffs
We've all kissed
on it
now.
and offer it to Farewell. I'm not sure if Farewell is into that kind of thing.
I don't think Farewell.
I'll grab it
love
from
him.
you
Inhale.
and sort of measure it up against a spot on my arm. Measure the bowl and the height and the curve, and then I'll hand it back.
Oh, you want to?
As I don't
Aw.
breathe, I can't smoke.
You
Okay.
want to carve one?
Cool.
Well,
Cool, cool,
Farewell,
cool.
perhaps we can have maybe a wee competition, and we can see who can build a better pipe. If I can build one, or if you can carve one.
There you go.
And so Gray and I are like what the judges will both take hits from each and see which one gives a smoother puff. Is that sort of the idea? I mean, I'm into it. I'll participate if that's what you need me for.
Aye, that sounds like a fine plan.
I will turn back to these three gentlemen if they've just been sort of standing there and just sort of say, "Thank you for the well wishes and the gifts, but we need to be getting ready to get on our way."
Understandable. We have a dragon to avoid, if what you say is true. So. All right, and they will depart. And so you're heading south still?
I think we're gonna be
Yes,
trying
towards
to get
the mark.
Okay.
that. Does Kavik explain the armor situation?
Aye, he does. He lets you know that it's it's splint armor that's made of mithril, and it's probably gonna work quite well for you.
So,
Would you like to step into your tent and give it a try?
it would be good to have. It would remind me of my old armor. I would like to, if we can give me a moment for it.
Yeah, we'll pack up camp while you get yourself dressed.
Well, in Kavik, if you really insist on jumping into the fray like you did with that ice troll, you should see if you can make some modifications to my old armor since you already worked on it a bit. See if you can make it fit what you've got going on.
I think I can make something work.
Yeah, you gotta have the muscle for it.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Oh no, we lost Dave again.
Oh,
I
bad joke.
shot
Lost
Dave.
Dave.
I
I
shot
didn't
Dave.
like the word muscle.
I will change my armor to the mithril splint
Okay.
armor. And I will take my regular splint armor out of my inventory. Kavik can do what he wants with it.
Cool. I'll add it to my inventory, but I will take time to work on it before I wear it.
If it's fitted to me, yeah, it probably doesn't fit. So.
Gray, are you keeping the same helmet?
I am keeping my helmet.
Okay. Just wanted to know. Just for interesting.
Not yet.
All right.
Yeah.
So you make it to Farewell's Mark pretty uneventfully. Are you gonna stay there, or are you gonna go south still?
I think if it's all right, we can say that Evander would reveal part of his plan that that Nate told us, IRL, that he would want us to take a couple of these bodies, place them somewhere, and on some type of delay, light them on fire to offer them to the dragon as if they were us.
Okay.
While we beat feet.
I'm gonna say it's gonna take you guys a few hours to do that. Look convincingly like something that resembles a plan. Cause if you're gonna like go over and alter the corpses, that might take some time for it to make it look like each of you.
Um,
Well, I figured if they're on fire,
true.
that might not matter.
I think, yeah, I don't think it was making them look like. I think it was, he said to make a beacon because he told the dragon, I will light a beacon.
Okay.
And you can come there and you can find them. So
Okay.
I think it's.
This
How
place has more than
sailors
5
are
bodies.
there? Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
It's a big pile of bodies. I'm sure we can find.
And it was already lit
5
on
of us.
fire, so it's gonna be hard to light them on fire again, just so you know.
That's true.
I've got.
I'm sure there's some at the bottom that weren't as charred.
And I can sacrifice some of my private stock of whiskey.
Okay. None of you have like oil or anything?
Oh, sure we do.
Evander does have 2 oil flasks from
Oh
the
yeah,
ship.
why don't we say Evander takes the oil blast, dumps it on there, and creates on fire pile of corpses.
So what we do is I gather some lengths of dry wood.
Okay. There is no wood.
And not anywhere.
That's why
around.
for allowed to burn the body is everything's covered in permafrost.
We would need to. Yeah.
We don't even have any firewood ourselves for our nightly fire or something.
I think you do it magically. Doesn't someone do it?
All right. I was hoping to do it as sort of a fuse.
7 torches.
There you go.
We could use some torches. All right. If it's all right, with y'all, here is my plan. I've got 10 torches, and I thought we could set up our fake bodies, in an area. We could use some of the oil on them, or the flask of oil, and then line up the torches, light the end one, and let the torches kind of burn themselves down as almost like a fuse until they get to the bodies, and that would allow us time to leave the area.
All right. Can work.
DM with
As
that.
long as the bodies catch, do we have enough oil to douse those as well?
If you used
No, I think torches would be kind of naturally infused with flammable material in order to burn.
Right, the
The
torches are going to
baton.
burn. That's for sure. I'm talking about when the fire meets the bodies.
Yeah, I'm just thinking how to
aye.
use like a flask of oil or something, and that'd be fine.
We could douse them with all the flask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems very plausible.
Cool. All right, so that's what we do. Is I kind of put kind of torch like flammable end handle, and then kind of like lean the next flammable end on the handle, and kind of create almost like a time delay, sort of a fuse
Cool.
with this.
I like it. Sure, that easily enough you can do that and run a line of torches and you douse the bodies in a flask of oil, and poof, it lights.
I'll just have to pick up some more torches next time we're in a town.
We have 2 days of feed for all the animals and 2.5 days of food for us.
I think perhaps our next stop should be either to go back to Targos or to go to Bremen, because wasn't there something for us to look at on the northeast side of the lake?
I think that was just the town itself
Well,
that we
the
never
black-
went through.
the black
I thought it
cabin
was the
is on
black
other side.
cabin
The black
thing.
cabin's up there.
Oh yeah, that's way far away though.
I know we can
Yeah,
stop off
but
at one
that
of
is
these
a-
towns.
Yeah,
The
from
rest
Bremen,
up,
it'd be
get-
about 16 hours from Bremen.
Yeah, so
So I figure once we get there, we can rest up, resupply, go and see what's happening up there. If any, out of character, did anyone
well, no,
remember
but
what it was?
I point at the axe beaks, and then Gray, and then sort of towards Targos.
Well, all right
Is the
then.
feed again?
remember when we had to double back and I bought all the feed that the guy would possibly afford to
Oh.
give.
Right.
So we have to go to a different town
Okay.
to resupply.
Then
But
we'll go to a different town then.
But Gray, if Kavik brought this up in character at all, like should we go back to Brennan? Gray would be like, those trappers that had come by this morning, they came last night too. I spoke with them for a bit. They said that they another one of those druids they encountered about a 10-day past, little bit north of Bremen. If it's possible, I'd like to try and find them, but we do need to go to a different town if we want to resupply. But that would at least give us something to do on that side of the lake, and then maybe either loop around to the west or east side to check out that cabin if you want. But these druids seem to know the land. They seem to know a lot of things, and I have questions.
Aye, that's fine. I'm fine with going back to Targos if we need to.
Maybe we can even take a couple days and you can see if you want them. If they have enough supplies in Targos, it's a little bit bigger if I remember. Can see if you can get some actual supplies for one of your little inventions.
Hey, that'd be nice. With all this money, we can finally find a more permanent kind of a base for us to come back to. Perhaps in Targos or in Bryn Shander, where we had stayed before.
Yeah, maybe take... I don't know how well trade goes, but taking a little bit of time to consolidate coin and get off some of this otherwise dead weight. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds
It
good to
does.
me.
Why don't we try Targos first, and then if it's not suitable, we can continue back onto Bryn Shander.
Try Bremen first.
Or try
Just-
Bremen first. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
I
no,
got.
the place.
Right.
It's
where
cold.
it
It's
was
cold out
marked.
here. I got mistaken.
Yeah.
It's all right. Well, let's light these bodies and let's get going following the river back.
Okay.
As always, I figure that this conversation is taking place as we're doing something other than just
Yeah,
us
I
standing
mean,
around.
I figured that was you setting up all the bodies, and now it's like, let's light them and go. Because we don't want to light them and then stand here and have it come to us. We want to light it and go.
Yeah, let's kick the tires and light the fires.
Okay,
Alright.
so that took a good 2 to 3 hours to get all that done. So you spent 2 hours getting here, 2 hours getting that done. So it's about noon. So it'll take you till about 5 or 6 to get to the river bend right here.
Gray
And
would
didn't we say we were going to try to push our?
Yeah,
Axe
Gray was
beaks?
gonna suggest again to push the axe beaks just so that feed can get us to Bremen.
Okay, so how long do you want to push?
Maybe until we get to the second R in Shanegarn River.
Distance-wise, that might be like
You
But
mean
here-
down.
Okay.
I guess that would be the third R.
Yeah, I was a little confused. Shingar.
Sorry,
Okay, that's okay. So, yeah, that'll be another. So if you get here. But,
It's a very technical map term. The second R.
Yeah, it'll be 11. More hours to get that way. Oh no, everyone froze.
Yeah,
Sorry, everyone
It's-
froze for a second. Give me 1 second. We're off of Twitch.
I would say.
All right, we're live again.
Hello. Yeah.
Sorry about that,
Twitch.
Twitch.
We're so we're following the river, and Ink says we can kind of stay on course that way.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. So we won't get lost if we're going in the dark. But yeah, light some torches, push them for a couple extra hours.
Okay, just for a
which I
couple
know is
extra
gonna get them
hours.
tired. Yeah, that's what Gray suggests. To try and
5.
do.
It's up to you guys. I'm fine.
Yeah, you don't need.
If you get to the first S, you'll only be pushing a couple hours. If you try to get to the river part in the name, you'll be going through the night.
I say
And let's
just
get to the S.
yeah, just to
Okay.
the S, and if need be, because I know there's two extra rations, which is enough food for a person for a day each. I can break that up and try to feed them a little extra to get them.
And I think some of us also have rations.
Yeah, and you guys have rations, so I think we can do it. Yeah, push to the S.
The first S.
Yeah, a few hours into the night
Okay.
along the river.
Unless you have anything to do, I'm going to say the night passes unsuccessfully.
Turn
Unsuccessfully.
order. What?
Uninterestingly.
Uneventfully.
Uninterestingly. Oh my goodness gracious, my brains. Sorry
The
guys.
night
Terrible.
passes
Don't-
unsuccessfully.
Don't do that to me, Sarah.
The sun does not rise.
And by
It is
by
unsuccessful.
let's see. By 6 o'clock the next day you can get to Bremen.
Perfect.
Okay?
6 afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
we'll
then,
see you in
feed-
Bremen.
All right. Nope. I will make our feed be 0. And our food be, or our extra rations be 2.
Alright, where's Rain? That's not Rain.
Alright. It's evening. Why don't we split up? Someone come with me, see if we can handle the animals, and someone else find a place for us to stay tonight.
Finding a place to stay sounds more like my area. Good luck with the animals. Who else wants to come?
Evander could go
With you, Farewell. Not with you, Farewell. Anji, sorry.
Alright,
It's cold out here. It's very cold.
it's fine. Alright, farewell. Let's see if we can
Out of
get
character,
everything
sorry
hitched
for a
up,
lot of my
unless you have something else.
memory lapses. I did not sleep well.
Neither did I. I didn't
Good.
sleep well last night either. I woke up for
I know,
3
but
hours.
you're
in the
but you're
morning.
but you're doing fine. That just makes me feel worse.
No, you're doing fine too. You're just slip of the tongue here and there. It's okay. We're gonna get through this together, Jim. Sleep
Thank you,
deprived or
Sarah.
not, we can do this. It's here.
Yeah.
So, you reach Fremen. Let me take you in the map apartment. I don't think you've been there.
We like literally only passed through, so we were like, you don't need to dig out the
Yeah, we passed by on the other side of the river.
There you go. I found the map easily enough. There you go. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little hamlet.
It is.
Definitely probably not going to be somewhere where we can sell all this stuff off.
No, it's
Maybe
very
some.
small town.
We are going to devalue the currency in every 10 town.
I mean,
We passed
I mean,
through.
maybe sell like a little bit off, but yeah. Is there even a stable house?
Stables?
Yeah.
Sure. We'll say that the stables are on this north side of town up here.
Okay. So I'll get the axe beaks and the sled hitched up, and the goat.
The
The
goat.
goat.
The goat
yes.
in there.
They'll take the goat
about-
from you if you're offering. Unless you want to keep the goat.
How much?
I'll give you your feed you need for the next 4 days for the goat.
Ooh.
Good goat.
I look down at the goat. All right.
Alright, so you have feed
Take it.
for 4 days, and you can purchase more if you wish. She's only got 2 more days left though.
Little did we know that was the goat that could bleat the golden threads or whatever.
And Bloodscriber Beard says, oh, he's giving it a lot of them. He redeemed a luck point for Kavik,
Ooh.
since Kavik seems to need some luck tonight.
Thank you, I think.
Murdoch is trying to help Gray out, so you have Bardic Inspiration.
That's messed up.
And then
That's
Farewell,
messed up.
is more proficient than you are, so you get to redeem add your proficiency bonus. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you.
I'll appreciate it greatly.
Sarah, can you remind me what a luck point does?
You can roll any one of your rolls over again, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Luck is just a re-roll of anything, but then you also get to choose which one you want to use.
Okay, you get to choose which one you want.
Yeah.
Oh, I
this is
see.
good. It's
Thanks,
just a
Blitz.
little extra. Yeah, it's just an extra D20.
Thank you, Matthew.
It's messed up. I'm coming for you tomorrow.
Wow, never seen such hostility towards a
great.
gift before.
He knows why. He killed me.
He did kill you.
I will squat. Murdoch is. Yeah. I'll squat down to this goat, and I give it just like a little pat, and I go, "Well, congratulations. You are now one of maybe 3 survivors of the Dark Duchess. You made it out." And then I get back up.
Ah, it's gonna bleed at you.
Yeah. And I'll take my dogs.
Okay. Matthew says he knows what he did to you, so that's good. Alright, so the rest of you have 6 days of feed now?
I haven't bought. I haven't decided if I'm gonna buy the other
Okay,
two
you got
yet.
4
So I
days
got
at
4.
least.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing around town?
Miss Anji and I believe, would be kind of, strolling through the town, talking to some of the locals, and see if we can figure out a place to stay.
Okay.
I would be with Gray. Also, I just thought that probably the night before, my little buddy would be riding the goat or like around the camp. I
Yes.
just had a picture of that
Aw.
happening.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Cancel my pony.
Let's see. So as you ask people, they direct you south towards the river. This is Buried Treasures, the name of the inn. I will put this on the map layer. Can you see it now? Balls. Hold on. Now I gotta put everything on. Move the map back to the map layer. Did we get disconnected again?
Maybe if it's
I
if
did.
it's a
I
she,
got
maybe they'll
disconnected
milk it.
again. I'm sorry, guys. Can you say that again?
I was saying I just thought it was messed up that I said that goat's a survivor and they're probably just gonna fatten it up and eat it. Unless it's a girl goat, in which case maybe they'll milk it.
Still think that that goat is special, and it's gonna mean something for the ultimate finale of the game.
Then
is
it
the
should
BBEG.
remember that. Then it should remember that. Well, if it's a baby EG, I don't want it to remember that I saved it. Maybe I do.
Yeah.
Maybe I do. Just remember that I came back for you.
I love you
He's
guys.
gonna point you down here for some taverns, and here Buried Treasures is the whoever you find is gonna be the inn that you're looking for in the town.
Yeah, I guess that we go there and we negotiate price for us to stay there. And
Well, first of all, who's running
eat.
the bar? Is it a goblin or a sickly teen, or what are we working with?
The inn or the bar?
The inn, I believe, is where we headed to.
The inn. Her name is Cora. She's a middle-aged human, and she greets you. She's like, "Oh, wonderful visitors! Oh my goodness, I love visitors. How are you guys doing? Is there anything I can do for you?"
We're
Hey,
looking for...
we're. Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead,
sorry.
go
You go
ahead,
ahead,
Tommy.
Masaki. No. You go ahead. No.
Well, we were going to say the same thing. We're looking for rooms for the night for 5 people.
Five people. Okay. All right. That'll be. Do you want 2 people per room and 1 separate, or do you want 5 separate rooms?
It sort of depends on the availability and cost, ma'am.
We actually have 3 rooms available for 1 gold each night. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but yeah, we could use that around here. So, but that'll include a dinner. So, and breakfast food. It's kind of a bread and breakfast thing that we do here. So,
Honestly, we've been ripped off much worse before in another town, and you seem pleasant. I don't think any of us mind to pay that.
oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
No problem. What kind of food is it, just out of curiosity?
Oh, just meat and potatoes, rustic food, nothing special. I'm sorry.
Well, as long as it's not abhorrent, that's more what I was worried about. What's fantastic? We'll take it. I rattle out the 3 coins. And what is your name?
Oh, my name's Cora.
Cora,
Cora
right.
Mulfoon.
Um,
Nice to meet you.
Yes, fantastic to meet you. Do you have any side quests, I suppose?
Let's see.
What's a side quest?
I'm sorry, it's just sort of a quirk I picked up traveling through the land up here. It's a little dalliance you do on the way to do something else.
Really? This is a quest?
There's something
Pick one up. Pick one up. I dare you.
Oh well, my son and only child, Herwar, used to help with the tours 2 months ago, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
He went to joined a search party. And he went missing in a blizzard one afternoon, but that's okay. They didn't find him until the next morning, and he had frostbite and could barely walk, and now he's mean, and it was weird. He had a shard of black ice around his throat.
And he's in town?
No. Two tieflings came to the inn the next day and offered Horwar sanctuary in the castle. He left with them willingly, taking the shard with him and telling his mother that he would never return.
His mother being you.
Yes.
All right, very well. Once the rest of our little
You
group
were
gets relay
Auntie,
that.
even though you've never possessed one of these charms, the 4 other people in your party have. Although Farewell's was in a bag, and then she buried it.
Yeah, Angie did pick one up. They just put it in the bag.
Yeah, I've like
Yeah.
seen them before. I mean, does Kavik have?
Yep.
I mean,
Kavik, Xander, and
it's
Gray
in-
all have one.
It's in my pocket.
It's on my
Belt. Yeah.
yeah.
interesting. Well, Cora, again, thank you for the rooms. We're gonna go find the rest of our little group, and I'll converge back here for the evening. See you in-
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your business.
Looking at Kavik, like, I really do think y'all should get rid of those.
We could discuss it. But honestly, I don't know if it's got any kind of corrupting influence in it, and it's keeping me warm. So
All right. I mean, it's yours to play with, I suppose, but it just gives me the willies. Let's see. How can we find...
honestly, we play with a lot creepier things on average.
Sure, I don't really even know why we still have that, that thing we just got still with us.
Give me an
You're the one
intelligence check,
I'm-
Kavik. Straight intelligence.
That's a nat 20.
You notice that every morning, since you've gotten these medallions, there seems to be some sort of pull towards darkness. And then it subsides as you shake it off.
Yeah, I just call that a regular hangover. So
Okay, there
I
you go.
guess I didn't notice the difference. Would I have noticed the difference, or am I just being glib?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, let's say that I do notice a difference, and I do make note of it in my notebook as something to something to keep my eye on.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright, and I'm sorry, Farewell, what were you doing?
I'm following around Gray.
Okay, great. Anything else you wanted to be doing out and about in town?
No, I don't think so. I would say probably in our walking around farewell. Sorry, it seems that there's still that one that got away from your crew. I mean,
I ruffled through some papers and hold up the one with the black dot again.
well, here's hoping maybe he just froze to death somewhere. But since that was actually delivered, probably not.
Farewell, I don't
I
think
don't
you
think-
inspected, were part of the people that inspected the body of the person that blew up in the fire. Were you?
I was there, yes.
You were
I
there, but you
found
were
it.
assisting Gray with finding a Zeus, I believe.
I did that after I went and I looked for the bomb, whatever blew up. I found the body. I directed Kavik to it, and then I left with Gray and Evander.
Okay. That body, you seem to recognize, had some sailor garb on him, so you would assume that the person that went to blow you up was the same person that escaped.
Okay, I do think I asked at the
Did
time
I?
whether I recognized
I'm
the person,
sorry.
and I think you said no, but
Did I say no? I meant yes, because I didn't have a. I
I
didn't
think
have
you
an
said that
idea.
you might have said that the face was unrecognizable,
Yeah.
but I think you forgot to mention that there was Sailor.
Sorry, there might have been.
yeah, there was
There
a
was
lot of stuff
Sailor
going
Moon,
on.
so.
It was
I
a
don't know, it's
lot.
easy retconnable.
Okay.
Well, we still went on a great little adventure.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, and I just have to ask because I'm assuming that Kavik and I are walking out of the inn to go like meet up with Farewell and Gray to like direct them to where we're going to be staying.
we're just
Yes,
walking.
and maybe observing what shops there are along the way. Is there any kind of a smithy? Is somewhere where I can find some more metals
This
or
is
even
a very small town of about 150 people. It is not going to have any
Is
real
there
accommodations like you're asking for.
is there anyone playing any kind of music or reading poetry of any grade whatsoever?
a drum circle over here.
There is a place called Five Tavern Center that people would have told you as you were asking around. Where 5 taverns were located around in a ring,
Would you
Yeah,
like
but
to
can we
go
just
and?
sort of pass through the circle as we
which would
head
be
towards?
here.
I just want to poke
Yeah,
around.
let's go check it out. It's on our way to the stables, and we can see what kind of entertainment this place has to offer.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Kavik. I've been just so deprived of it recently, and I am just craving a ballad. Okay, let's go.
Well, why didn't you say that? I could be singing for you this whole time. And Kavik lets rip like the world's worst singing voice.
Oh, with all due
Okay.
respect, Kavik.
It sounds like 12 monkeys with 3 saws inside of a room made of jello.
That's
Gray
worst
turns to Farewell and goes, "Is someone disemboweling Kavik?"
Kavik, please stop. You're
Oh,
going to
hell.
a crowd. Either someone's going to start a
Hold
panic,
on.
or we're going to start a fight.
This is a classic hobgoblin ballad, and I'm considered quite the singer among my people.
Gray will
I'm
actually
sure you are.
Gray will pick up the pace towards that because he legitimately thinks someone's probably attacking Kavik, and I need him. So I'll dad jog on over.
Oh yeah, I'll easily just stride behind you.
Yeah, you find them in the ring of those 5 taverns.
Kavik, what the hell? I thought someone was attacking you.
An artist's life is never fully appreciated. I'll just say that for nothing.
While you all discuss that, I'm just going to poke my head into each of these 5 bars just to see if there's anything I can listen to that isn't that.
You notice the 5 people behind each of the bars look very similar to one another. And let's see. In one of the bars, there is a lute
Is
player.
it 5 brothers?
Yes. And they each thought
Okay.
they would. It was 5 brothers that originally intended to build a tavern together, but each assumed that he would be the one to run the business. So they would never work for each other. So they each opened their own
fun.
crappy bar.
Oh.
Family
All
feud.
right, very interesting. Okay, so there's a lute
That's
player.
funny.
And then there's also the lute player is kind of mediocre, but then there's a really bad guy saying poetry. Like, he's just so melodramatic and awful at this. But he's reciting poetry in the bottom bar.
All right, and that's it?
Yeah.
Y'all just see Anji like dragging her feet through the snow, making like really deep tracks with her head hung, just like. All right.
You look
It's
dejected.
Mike night at tavern number 4, and maybe tomorrow.
What's the problem?
It's just I cannot believe. Okay, you've heard the saying, sort of like despair brings forth creativity, sort of all artists are sad. You'd think of, an area like this would make great music. Brought forth by the utter devastation of the area. But everywhere we go, it's just terrible slam poetry and Freebird.
Pretty much.
I think it's more that despair sort of begets despair. If you're focused on how crappy everything is all the time, why are you going to make something good? I don't really get it.
It's my understanding that the type of situation you're talking about for an artist to struggle and then art comes out of that struggle, it seems to me that it needs to be a period of time of struggle, which means that the other periods in the artist's life are good. And if it's just been bad straight through, then they don't know, the good parts of life, and they can't appreciate the bad parts.
Otherwise, Kavik would try and get himself eaten by a bear every single time he needed a new idea.
I wonder if I can make a bear-proof suit.
It's called armor. You have it.
Oh.
We've all had it. As in, in general. Can't
You know,
bite metal.
Fellows, 1 second. I'll be right back. I want to go into that tavern real quick that had the lute player.
Yeah.
Where's the lute player at?
By the hearth, strumming the lute.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Excuse me. Hi.
Oh yes! Are you a fan? Are you requesting something? Anything?
You a fan?
I guess you could say that. My name is Anji. I'm sort of a traveling patron and admirer of the arts. I noticed your lute there.
Yes, what better?
What do you say for 50 gold?
My lute. For 50 gold?
Sure.
Alright. That's a lot of money.
I'm gonna give this person the money for that. You go have some good times. Work on your skills, see if it shapes up by the time I wander back in here.
How do I work on my skills without a lute? I'm gonna find another profession.
You know what? Actually, that's probably a better plan for you. You know what? Have a great night. It's been wonderful doing business with you. Adios.
He jiggles
Bye-bye.
around the coins and he's like, nice doing business with you too, okay? I think I'll take up... I don't know. What's my next calling in life?
Try trapping. I hear that's very lucrative around here. And there's a bunch of people who do it, so you could probably get taught by it. You can take an apprenticeship or something.
Wonderful. Great. And he walks out of the bar. And now you have a lute, which is, not the best quality lute. But it is a lute.
But I do know 2 wizards when it comes to carving and improving things.
True.
So I'm gonna walk out of the this tavern. All right, I'm back. I heard what you said. I've had some pretty good times and some pretty bad ones, and I think you know what? I'm gonna take my hand at it. If this terrible, terrible, terrible place can't offer me the music I want, then maybe I'll just make it.
All right.
A fine attitude to have. We found an inn, and it's a reasonable price that we've already paid, and so I think we can make our way there and relax for the evening and talk about our next steps.
All right. The stable house is taking care of the animals. I was able to trade the goat for 4 more days of feed. While they're at the stable house, does the stable house takes care of the feed?
Yeah. You pay for... You kind of pay for their upkeep while they're
Board.
being housed. Yeah,
Okay. I can get 2 more days worth from them if need be, but so they're cared for while we're here, so we can plan things out.
And so I guess we make our way back to the Buried Treasures Inn.
Sure, and that's a great time for us to take our break tonight. So thank you. We saw Blitz in there giving away a bunch of stuff. So thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out with us in chat tonight. And we'll be back in like
Thank
5
you.
to 10 minutes. And we're back for the second half of this episode's Rime of the Frostmaiden. And our players are just excuse me, just settling down at the inn that they chose. Well, the only inn in town, not that they chose. Only inn
the
in
one we
town.
chose.
And yeah, did you have anything you wanted to do for the night?
Yeah, out back of the inn, I want to use my kind of my tool creation thing. As an artificer, I can spend an hour creating any kind of tools that I need. Right tool for the job. That's the thing.
Okay.
And so I'm going to kind of set up my little blacksmith station and and see if I can get to work on a couple of projects that I've got going. I want to kind of start custom fitting that splint armor to myself, and I do have a rather good idea for the pipe competition that I proposed.
Okay. Um.
So I'll spend, I don't know, like an hour putting my forge up, and then let's say 2 or 3 hours of work, kind of as the light kind of wanes and evening approaches.
Mhm. Sounds good. It gets to be that time
Stopping to
where
grab a bite.
yeah, where it's supper unless anyone else had anything to do, and you,
I did. Yeah.
you,
I did.
these guys.
Gray. Well, first off, are there any other patrons in here, or is it pretty much just us?
It's just you.
Perfect. In that case, Gray would. Here it comes. Want to talk to Anji? Want to pull?
Yeah,
her
she's
aside.
just furiously trying to figure out how to. It has become very clear very quickly, essentially, that just strumming this thing doesn't make music happen, and realizing that she has no idea where to start, she has given up and has started making little minor illusions play sword fight on the table just to get some energy out.
When he sits down, he puts his hand on the table in front of her to get her attention and kind of squashes your little sword fighters into little puffs of smoke. I win.
Very mature. What did you want, Gray?
I want to speak with you, Miss Anji, if that is all right.
Stand up and brush myself off. Well, I suppose I'm. Sure. What?
Well, we've all been traveling with each other for some time. And, Farewell and I, we sort of were just dropped in here. Kavik fled to here. Evander's from here. And, we've all gotten little snippets here and there, but, as things are starting to get more serious, I do note that there's just sort of a lot of blanks with you, Miss Anji. In the beginning, you didn't really act like you knew how it worked here, which was fine. I didn't either. You have interesting magic. Ones that I don't really understand. I was just wondering if you could enlighten me a little bit more about yourself and why, in fact, you seem to be continually risking yourself with us. To what end?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a pretty harsh pause. And she says, oh, about myself. That's an interesting question. Um,
He takes like his little like bone dice and he's just rattling them around in his hand while he waits for you to say something.
Why I'm risking myself? Well, what is a good answer for this? I am.
Hopefully, the truthful answer is a good answer, Miss Anji.
Her like left eye just like twitches like super violently, but she's like, all right. Quite frankly, um, my story is not all that interesting. I grew up in a nomadic little caravan, traveled along the deserts far, far south of here. We were poor, we didn't have much to eat, we were attacked regularly, just sort of an everyday occurrence. I meet a wonderfully wealthy and fabulous looking dwarf who says she can change my life, and I take her offer. And now I'm here. And quite frankly, at this point, I'd like to get out of that whole agreement that I agreed to some odd. I don't even know how long it was ago. And, you're the first lot I've found that may be able to, given. I don't know, suppose maybe the Charlatan could help. I don't know how to get out of what I've gotten myself into. But, that is why I'm risking myself. Either I get out of it or it takes me. That's it. Is that truthful enough, or do you need more details?
So, you took a deal. You don't like how that deal has fared for you. He's taking all of the dice and he's like placing one and then lining them all up while he talks.
Oh, for me?
Hmm?
The deal has fared fine for me. Like you said, interesting magic. I look like this, which is wonderful. Um,
Look like
oh, that's right.
you mean the jewels.
I sure.
Hmm.
No, the deal has been perfectly fine for me. The problem has been what it has done to literally everyone else that I've come across, and how do I say this? Sort of, in order to meet the terms of my engagement with this thing that I've made a deal with, affecting the well-being of other people is sort of part of the whole description. For instance, you remember the little Ronaldo, the little sad man we met right when we all joined up together.
Yes.
I offered him the same deal that I was offered. And even though every time I do it thinking that maybe someone will turn out maybe at least a little bit like me and sort of figure out how to wade through it, they usually wind up like Ronaldo, which is wrist slit in some frozen bathtub.
So everyone that you encounter in this way has some sort of unfortunate end.
Everyone that I've ever heard back from, yes.
But you continue to travel with us.
And not offer any of you the deal. Although I suppose I did to you once. But after that, no.
You did.
Not offering the deal is sort of a self-sacrificial move, I suppose. Now that we think about it, really,
Take your time.
I guess I'm on a clock of sorts. So whether I risk myself, fighting a dragon or helping, helping Farewell get rid of whoever's chasing after them, or helping you figure out where you come from, or helping Kavik build a giant moon-destroying laser beam. Doesn't super matter if I die then or in a couple of weeks because I haven't met the terms of my engagement.
So, would it be appropriate to say to escape this predicament, you would be quite desperate for a solution?
You know, If there is a solution, I would be quite desperate for it. I don't know whether there's a solution. So right now, my solution is, frankly, running around with you four has been quite fun. And I have been alone for the greater portion of my life since taking the steel, which, like I said, was some odd years ago that I can't even quite calculate. Um, and it's kind of been what I wanted in the first place. We've made some money, we've had some laughs, we've done some good things. If that's the last few weeks of it, then I'm kind of all right with it. But if there is a solution, I'll take it.
He scoops up all of the dice and shakes them in his hand again and then rolls them out onto the table. So would you call yourself, in a way, a sort of gambler, Miss Anji? You took the chance on this deal, and now just sort of throwing darts at the wall, hoping that maybe you get somewhere to a better place with us.
If you want to call that gambling, sure.
So, in a hypothetical, say a solution did present itself, and it was much to your benefit, places one die, but at the risk of the rest of us, places another die. Who would you go for? Who would you put your bets on? Puts the last die on the table.
Gray, I have known you for the better part of 2 weeks, is it? It makes me I'm not a good person. I'll swindle whoever they are out of whatever money they have purely for the fun of it. That's more what I am. Less of a gambler, more of a charlatan, I would say. But it makes me sick to my stomach if I had to offer any of you or another Ronaldo or another Gerald up for me. I don't really know if I'm quite that worth it.
I think that you have a lot of worth.
Well, I do now. We found a lot of money up there in that dragon boat.
Yeah. One last question.
Actually, if you'll excuse me, this has been quite the emotional conversation. I'm gonna get myself a drink. Let you just sort of ponder over that. I'll see you in the morning. And she's gonna go ahead and just get like an ales glass worth of whatever kind of wine they have,
Okay.
and totter on upstairs. Although when she gets there, she'll like take a sip of wine or whatever, and then stretch out for just a moment. She grows about a foot, and her hair shrinks back like into her skull, and then she reforms back and just cries for a while. She just cries for a while. God, that sucked. That was really okay.
All right.
But we're good.
Yeah. Okay. He will let her go. In that case, yeah. And he'll just sort of be like, scoop up all of his dice and just sort of be like, oh, there's no one to play any dice with, so put them back in his little bag. Yeah. Relax for the rest of the night.
Okay. Excuse me. So the rest of the night is uneventful. You can grab food if you want. Just gonna kind of give a little family style meat and potatoes on the table for everyone, so you can come pick at it as you want. Otherwise, the night's pretty uneventful, unless anyone had anything else they'd want to do.
I either sit in the room
What I
I'm
have
sharing with.
finished. Oh, sorry.
I sit in the room I'm sharing with somebody and continue to carve, or I'll sit downstairs depending on what's going on.
Okay, well there are
Probably.
3 rooms, so you could split it up any way you want.
But yeah, I'll definitely go up after like the meal and after
Okay.
everything's happened. But I know last time I was sharing with Anji, but I'm not sure what's up this time.
Sure.
Why don't we say that Evander secretly and kind of sneaks off to his own room, and so he's kind of single
Okay,
since
works.
Nate's not here.
that makes sense.
Gray would just wait downstairs until he's sure that Kavik goes to bed.
Okay.
I think with the amount of time that I spent working on the armor, I think I would need maybe another session, not a playing session, but another couple of hours tinkering another time. But he comes back into the inn, and he's got under one arm is a bundle full of the armor, and then under the other is uh something that looks almost like a vase of metal that has been kind of beaten into a sheet and then kind of wrapped around in almost like a really tall bowl and then kind of welded along one edge, and he kind of takes that up to his room as well.
Okay. Alright. Alright, okay. So then I pass by uneventfully. Everyone can rest up, gain their hit points. We didn't do anything, so you're fine. Let me see something real quick.
Yeah, I've cut off the last little figurine that I've painted, and now it's what I'm carving now looks distinctly different. It's much longer and looks more like a mouthpiece for a pipe or even a woodwind instrument.
Okay. Cool. Like a reed kind of almost looking thing. Like
It's very long and
yeah.
thin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you guys adjourn, not adjourn, you meet downstairs, the opposite adjourn, you convene in the morning.
You rejourn?
You rejourn. And you, come down in the morning.
Good morning, everyone. Trust everyone slept well, or sentryed well? Is that what you do farewell? Do you stand sentry? You stand watch? Oh, sorry. What would be the word to describe your evening rest cycle? I don't quite know what the right word would be.
I just sort of motion to the things in front of me on the table, which is a pile of wood carving, some paint, a little tiny finished miniature of it kind of looks like one of the people that we met in that spaceshipy thingy.
I don't like it. Not that it's not a great carving. It's just brings back bad.
I believe the term for the whole process, Kavik, is self-care.
Well, I'd like to self-care with a wee dram of whiskey with breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. I'm Cora.
Yes, what do you want? Can I help you?
Yeah, a dram of whiskey and a lot of enough food for 4.5 people. I forgot dinner. I'm totally starving.
Alright, sounds good, miss. I will go get it right away. And she hurries off to the kitchen.
It's so nice to actually be in an inn where they take care of you instead of trying to fleece you.
It makes me miss Zeus's, honestly.
Zeus was a good worker.
Hopefully they can get it rebuilt. takes time.
And your night, Gray, how was it?
It was fine. It's always nice to have a bed. You rushed off to bed quite quickly after we spoke.
Right, so we're going to find the druid today? Is that what the plan is?
Miss Anji, I just wanted to apologize if I made you uncomfortable.
Yes, well, I appreciate the apology. Hope we're clear, sort of, on all that. And maybe not at the table. The druid, right? That's what we're going to be... Sorry. Looking forward today?
I said I had interest, but I wasn't keen to necessarily tell us all what to do.
I thought that we might make our way maybe around the east side of the lake, and we can go investigate that mysterious black cabin. And perhaps along the way, we might be able to find some evidence of that Chardolin that I was so keen after.
I roll out the map, or whoever has it, and I point up the direction the druid is, and then I point back to where we are, and then I point back to the main city, and then I point to the direction the cabin was in. Brinshander. That's the city.
So should we stop back by Brinshander? Is that what you're saying?
And I point, stable direction, you guys' direction.
Right. I think what you're saying is that there's a more abundance of supplies in Brinshander, and if anything, on our way anywhere, we need to stop there to resupply. Is that right?
And then I point over to the druid, and then
We
back to where we
understand
are.
one another. I'm liking this.
All right.
That sounds good to me. How do the rest of you feel?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a loot there, Miss Anji?
The very same that I bought last night.
Oh,
You wouldn't know
Perhaps
how to
perhaps
play
we can
it.
work on it together. We could make kind of like a musical duo.
You know how to play?
No, I know how to sing.
Oh Lord, we have to go. I'm going to go fetch the
I'll
axe
go over it,
and
Grace,
get them
like,
ready
That's
for
what
the
that was?
first time and only time during our journey together. Thank you, Cora.
Thanks for your hospitality.
She waves and bows at you.
Good luck with your bad son.
Uncle.
We caught her mid-bite.
Mm-hmm.
Tavern keepers got to eat too,
Yeah.
or innkeepers, I should say. All right, so I guess we make our way back to the stables, get our animals, and get ready to head south to Brinshander.
Okay.
Okay.
With no more frosting to Lily and no more ado.
I'll buy those extra 2 days of feed. It's
Okay.
probably going to be more expensive in Brinshander, maybe.
So it'll take you about 2 miles to get to Targus, and then another 4 miles from there to get to Brinshander.
So would we get there maybe midday or afternoon?
Like around
Okay.
a little after lunch, like 1 or 2 o'clock.
Do we know where Zeus is? I want to check up on our little buddy.
You saw Zeus leave with Gellum, and you knew Gellum was staying at his sister's who was sick in town.
Oh,
You
right.
don't know exactly where they are.
I'm sure we can poke around it. The inn is famous. Everyone must know where the owner's sister lives.
Are you asking around?
Yeah, let me just give me just
Yeah.
a second. I'll look around and see.
Okay, give me a general charisma roll.
Okay, so I'd love to ask about Zeus's boss's sister, and I'd also just throw some questions out there to people about, say, like, um, where traders, particularly like international ones, if ever come in here or in any of the other cities, where that might be, you
Okay.
know, people.
Sure. So give me a charisma set. Just a roll.
I'm gonna use that inspiration,
Cool.
the Matthew at the beginning. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. It's a 19.
19. Yeah, everyone seems pleasant enough today. They tell you that you can find in the like to the south of the there's the Black Iron Blades where you went to that has like the regular kind of weaponry and stuff like that that had the smithy. And then to the south a little bit you can of the town hall you can find a store called Afra's Wares and Sundries. And they say that sometimes they'll have a couple interesting items here and there. But
Okay, and the location of Zeus's boss's sister's house. Did I get anything about that?
they'll point you to the north western side of the city and say that she's somewhere within there. Not too hard to find.
Okay. Well, I'll come back. I mean, I assume we all get together or have been together the whole time, but like relay that info. I'm wondering if we could pawn off a few of the items that we found, well, here at least. If a couple people want to check up on Zeus and a couple want to, say, try our hand at Jupiter.
Or like you want to go to the fancy shop down in the south part of town and see if we can offload some things.
Yeah. If some people want to go check out Zeus, that's where that is. If some people want to try and like offload some of the stuff that we got, that's what that is.
Well, yeah, I'm for offloading the stuff, and you didn't get a good test of the rod, but maybe with selling off all of these things, that would be a good moment to try and get some extra people on side. Make sure we're getting what it's worth.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea, Greg. I'll give it a shot.
It's a little bit less life-threatening than trying to use it on a dragon.
True. Well, that's what I'll be doing if anyone wants to join. All right. Or is that a wait, or you'd like to come along as well? Farewell.
I find a clean patch of snow, and I say, I write, split. And then pat the bag of holding.
Split it evenly, or do you mean because you have the bag of holding, you want to split it up now?
I just sort of think gem. I reach in and I just dig a handful of, like, there's quartz, garnets, aquamarines, like a little bit of everything, and I put it back in and point at the word again.
Keep half, sell half.
I point to all of us and point back to the word.
Split
the
it
resulting
amongst-
funds. Yes,
split
of
it
course.
amongst ourselves. Okay. Whatever we have. Okay. We probably won't be able to sell it all off here. We might have to sprinkle it around as we travel. But
Right.
it would lighten. It would. It does no good sitting in a bag. So let's see if we can turn that into funds and turn those funds into helping us. But to do that, you either need to come with us or you need to give us the bag.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm coming out.
Okay.
If you start walking, I'll follow.
Okay,
Oh,
so who's going to?
Kavik and Evander never hang out, but now Evander's not here to.
Yeah.
Next time we'll have to get like
I
a
imagine-
brief retcon scene of them walking around town together just to see how it went.
Oh, I was actually going to suggest Kavik go back to visit Black Iron Blades and do some maybe do some more smithy work there. Evander could certainly have come along and excitedly tell me about his latest nightmares that he's had.
Then why don't we do all of the like the shoppy stuff, and then we'll just all go check in
Okay.
with Azuz.
That sounds
together,
fantastic.
so that no one's like one off.
So the three of you head down to the southern part to see about selling things. Evander can accompany me to the smithy, and then
Yes,
we'll meet
I
up in
will
the
find
center of
that
town.
most fascinating.
I'll show you a thing or two. We could put a couple of muscles on those scrawny chicken bones you call arms.
Arms, like you haven't seen my wings.
Hey, but can a wing hold a hammer? Come on, boy.
Can a hammer help you fly?
Well, I did hear a legend once about a magic hammer that if you threw it, you'd hold on to one end of it and you'd be able to fly with that thing.
Let's do get help.
Interesting.
We're not doing get help. It's humiliating.
Love it.
All right, so we'll go to offers, wares, and sundries first. And
Alright.
so the three of you are there, and what would you be saying, and what are you offering?
So first of all, like, what does the place look like? Who is the person behind the counter?
It looks like a eclectic antique store. Yeah. A lot of this, a lot of that everywhere. Just like random collections of different bits and bobbles. Like it's all over the place. So it's got some interesting stuff, but it's got some junk too. You know, like this person doesn't have a clue what's worth anything or not. So.
This is the one where I got the 3 rods and 2 of them ended up being, or the 4 rods and 2 of them ended up being.
Yeah, I don't think we named that store, so we'll say it's this store.
Yeah, and we got the broom there as well.
Yes. Oh yes, you're back. I see. Have you liked my wares?
Oh, we loved your wares. They were fantastic.
Wonderful.
Actually, we were wondering if we could do some business with you in the opposite direction this time.
I don't understand. Do you want to
Sell you some things.
sell me some things? Ooh, what do you have to offer? What do you have to offer?
Well,
Quite a bit.
quite a bit. First off, Gray, would you mind, or both of you, pulling out the bowl?
I think, yeah, I don't know if the bowl was able to fit in it, so that might have just been something I've had to bring.
Yeah, I think that
but
you've just been walking around with the
I can go outside real quick, grab that.
Looking like a bejeweled Ninja Turtle.
Yup.
He probably has to, like, he probably does have to hold it, like, above his head, because if I remember correctly, like, stuff is just piled up weird in here, so it's like, walk sideways. Place it down.
Well, first of all, ma'am, all of the things we're about to show you were taken from a dragon's hoard, an insane dragon's hoard, which makes it a little bit special. So there's some history there. Secondly, this bowl in particular has some magical properties. She is gonna go ahead and tap her finger on the lip of the bowl and straight up cast Phantasmal Force on it. So that it fills up with like whale fat, like oil that can burn. It's a once per day property, but it should keep the lamps burning for all hours of the night.
The lamps, wonderful, wonderful.
So yes, the problem is we're not really sure where to offload it. We thought your shop might be the best one for it. We're taking something in the ballpark of 1,500 gold for
Eh.
it.
I don't have the liquid gold on me right now. I could offer you a trade. I could offer you 1,000 gold plus maybe an item I have. But that's it. I
So
don't
what
have
would the
much
item
gold.
be?
I will give you a choice between 3 things.
Well, we have other things to
Okay.
trade, so maybe all 3 things will end up in our.
Alright,
briefcase.
alright, what else do you have to offer me?
Well, show the 3 things first. Show the 3 things.
Alright. So show, let's see.
Show us yours and we'll show you ours.
Careful, young man. You
Yes,
need to
Greg,
get
no need to be vulgar.
we
Sorry
need to get
about
an old
that. Never
lady's
done-
heart beating.
Oh, never mind. She likes it. Keep it up.
Alright, so she's gonna hold up
I'm
a,
not that young of a man. I am.
This
quite
works out for
experienced.
us.
I've got this ring. And she'll hold up a ring that is silver around it like a chain. And then like in the middle is like a bluish gem.
I'm just gonna go ahead and pop off my little detect magic just to see if there's something going on with it. See
This
if it's-
has I don't know what kind of magic, but it is magical.
Enchantment, probably.
Probably.
All right. Okay, there's that. And
I can give you let's see. This robe seems very useful. A lot of patches on it. And she'll hold up a robe with a lot of patches on it.
Oh. I
And then she'll
know. I
hold-
know Kavik wants that one.
Then she'll hold up, and last are these stones. And they have pictures of people on them. Faces talking to one another on them.
right.
Oh, Crocs.
Madam, what was your name again?
I gotta look at it. Afra's the name. Afra.
Afra. Here's the thing about this bowl. There's enough oil potentially for you not only to light your own lamps, but the ones around you as well. Considering the nature of the town, that's a pretty sought after limited resource. I would consider the 1,000 gold plus all 3 of these items if you're willing.
2.
I put one hand on my chin and lean up on the counter and use the other hand to go ahead and grab the rod within the
Okay.
lip of my coat, because why not?
Okay. Let me make a wisdom saving throw.
I wanted to see Dave use this rod more.
13.
It's the place
I
we
do
bought
think
the rod
3,
from.
and I think 3 is going to be the best for you and me.
Yes, you're right. 3 is fine. That's a great idea. And 3 is a great number, don't you think?
I really do. All right. So 1,000 plus the 3 items. Remember, it's a once per day property, so use it sparingly. And
Do I have to like speak a word
Thank you
into
very
it
much.
or tap it?
Well,
yes, you tap it. Oh, sorry. What were you going to say, Grant? You can go.
Well, you have to spend some time with it first.
Hmm.
Familiarize yourself, then just with a simple tap.
Tap.
It should tell you the words after.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the words after. All right. Perhaps I can use this. Perhaps I can do someone else. We will see. Afro is always fascinated by things. So you come back though. You come back. You visit
We
Afro
will
another time.
absolutely.
Uh,
All right.
Does are there any other little things just in the bric-a-brac that
Are there any more rods?
that the detect magic
Anyone
gives up
that
as...
wants to look, oh yeah, you have detect magic up. So roll me a D100, Andre.
Hell yeah!
Hell
We'll
yeah!
see if she has anything else.
This this is becoming a little bit of a magic item fest, and
I
I'd be
love
here
this
for
shop.
it.
Is it good or bad though?
D&D Beyond. Oh, here we go.
We'll get some cursed stuff. It's fine.
Ah, it's a 68, one off from the very funny number.
Oh!
You mean 67?
Yeah!
I got something funnier than 67. 68.
Alright, let's see what she has. Let's see what she has. Alright, so you're familiar with this item. It's a ring with a ram's head on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The push 'em ring. The ring that doesn't push.
Well, that's a rail thing. Rail had one of those.
Yeah.
And then you find it's not magical, but you do find a better carved loot.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You can set this garbage on fire.
Yeah. You paid 50 gold for it.
We could have.
No,
we
I'm
could've fixed
kidding.
it.
We're obviously gonna fix it, and Kavik and I are obviously gonna become dueling banjos. That's
Okay.
obviously what's going to happen.
Okay. So for the other ring and the loot, it'll cost you 50 gold.
Well, let's see here. So out of the 1,000 that we get split by 5, that's gonna be okay. So yeah. But wait, hold up. No, that does make sense. Yes, sure. I'll take the 50 gold. That's fine.
No, you're paying her 50 gold for the items.
That is what I meant. I got
Okay.
a little overwhelmed by math. That is.
Oh, see, I thought you were using the rod and being like, you know what? That is right. I will take the items and the 50 gold.
You will pay me to take things
Listen,
out
I'm
of
a
your store.
bad person. I'm not a complete monster. I will pay the fair price for
Okay,
this thing.
So she will be very happy to do that. And all right, so
Was
Yeah,
that
those items.
just for the loot, or was that also how much is that ring?
no, it was together.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
The ring was
cleaning
probably
house.
like 49 gold and 50 silver, and then
Yeah.
the loot was like some copper pieces.
Get this ring now for $49.99.99.
I figure she's got the friendships thing going on. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, Miss Anji, is there anything else that piques your interest in the store?
Nothing is sort of setting off the old arcane alarms, I suppose, but
Oh, Kava, can you check your roll 20 for me, please?
Sorry, it scrolled down on me.
Okay.
Wow. Here, it's not an item, but do you have any? I'm also willing to pay for rumor or any sort of interesting things that you've heard in town or in the other 10 towns.
Oh, no pay necessary with me and my friend here. She's perfectly fine. I will tell you something very important, though. There is a very, very big conglomerate going after a dangerous red yeti in the area, and she'll show you a map of 10 towns or Icewind Dale.
A group going after a yeti.
Yes, red yeti, and its pelt is worth a lot of money. And I'll just show you this on the map real quick.
Oh. You know, it's so fitting that the big icy north feels a lot like Skyrim.
Yeah, right here. Do you see where
I'll
I'm
mark
poking?
it. I'll mark it on your map. All right, and I'll put a note for Red Yeti hunt.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And let's see what else she can divulge. There is also something secret going on up here by the sea of moving ice. Oh, we lost Steve again.
Okay. Okay.
And that is it's suspected that Valish Gant, who was an arcane brotherhood wizard incarcerated here at Revel's End, might have information to share.
Rebels End.
Yes.
All right. You've been so helpful.
You know, I consider you my friends now.
I consider you a good friend as well.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Well, you said you don't have any more coin, though.
No, no. Not on my person at the moment.
Oh, after I was going to ask you, where do you get most of your wares besides sort of jaunty adventurers like ourselves?
No, that's about it. Jaunty adventurers like yourself. Occasionally they'll come up to this spine of the world and they'll sell me different things that they find interesting.
And do you have any particular regular buyers or sort of big spenders that happen through here?
We did have a dragonborn named Simon that used to come and go and gather items here and there. They used to call this one place in town Simon's Watering Hole, in fact. Very famous adventurer up here in the
I point at
Frozen
my bag of holding. Like, I hold it up.
Yes, that's a very nice
Oh.
bag. So,
Yeah. A very famous adventurer. Hope he's still out there doing good adventure.
Hope he's okay.
Hope he's all right. Would be a shame.
But seriously, no sort of like curio traders or anything like that come through here to
no,
purchase odds and
just
ends?
here and there. Bits and bobs.
All right. Well, I'm satisfied, Miss Anji. Maybe we should check in with Kavik at the Smith and see if anything that we have would interest him.
Sounds good. Honestly, the other option I have in mind is whoever those what was that little town we were in that had the as we're like walking out the door, I'm sure I'm like saying this too great. What was that town we were in that had the big fancy, I think it was the mayor's house, and they were all cult worshippers that you all got those horrible pendants from?
That would be, I believe, when we went to
I thought it was East Haven. That's, Jim.
It was
Out of character.
Caradinable.
Care Dinimal.
Oh, Caradinable. I'm
It
sorry.
It was a care. I forgot which one. Yeah, Dinimal.
The only people off the top of my head I could think of that might be interested in, gold threads and jewels and things like that. Might be fun to fleece them too.
I thought they made. I mean, those people were definitely, as we talked about, probably dangerous, and you weren't necessarily one to like the gift that they gave.
Yes, but did they seem wealthy is what I'm asking, and or interested in gold thread and jewels?
They did seem like perhaps maybe they were a bit wealthy. Wealthy enough to be able to make all of those charms out of the Charlotte.
Option on the plate.
Give me a intelligence check. See if you remember something. Or maybe it's not remembering. Can't remember if this was public knowledge or not, but I'll tell you.
Well,
Yeah, Anji didn't
I
really interact
remember
with them, but-
when you, if I remember correctly, because I spent the night there, you said that they had pretty comfortable furnishings.
Yes, it was very nice.
Yeah.
But that was because they were in the speakers' dwellings, remember?
Right, yeah, they were occupying it. Wonder if the speakers passed by now. He was very ill, and they wouldn't let Evander go see him.
Alright, so you reach the smithy. And Kavik, what would you have been doing during this time?
I would have talk with the smith to get some more, kind of metals and materials that I could buy, and see if he would, let me use the smithy to do some of my own work, and I might, do a couple of, odd things for him
Sure.
in exchange. I think if I have enough time, I would finish kind of refitting the splint armor so it would fit me, and I would work some more on my current project for the pipe
Give me a Smithy's tool
competition.
check. Check with your Smithy's tool. You're proficient in them, I believe, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty much proficient in all tools
Okay.
now. But yeah,
Artificers.
Yeah.
so what type of check would that be?
What do you think, Ink? Strength or... Because dexterity is usually like painting, calligraphy, and these tools.
Well, while smithing does require strength, and this isn't me trying to appeal to his good stats, I do feel like what he's trying to do is more of a mental thing rather than
Okay.
purely physical.
Okay, we'll do an int.
Or you could do a mental and physical check. You can always do two. One for the design, one for the application.
True. Let's do that. We'll do the design for int,
Alright.
and
So
let's see
so
how.
so I'll do two rolls,
Yep.
a strength with my proficiency and an intelligence with my proficiency.
Yep.
Okay. 15 plus 3 for 18 for strength.
Okay.
So 18 for strength, and it's another 15 plus 5, so dirty 20
Oh
for
yeah,
intelligence.
you're fine. You're fine. Whatever you were thinking,
Nice.
you brought it to fruition.
So what I've got now, it looks very much like a very kind of a tall metal vase or vase made out of thinly beaten metal. The top now has that, kind of a removable top that looks almost like kind of like a two-tiered bowl, and through the middle, attached to the bottom of that bowl is a long metal, maybe a copper pipe that doesn't go quite down to the bottom of the vase, and so that's what I've got going so far.
Did you make a hookah? Okay.
I can see all the crazy "what is he making" looks, and I love it. I love the crazy "what is he making"
Yeah.
looks.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite parts of this campaign.
Oh, but anyway, so I guess I would finish the crafting my splint armor. Is that fair?
Yes.
All right, so now I've got splint armor, and since I'm not strong enough technically to use it, I now only have 20 feet of walking speed.
Okay.
So I need to get stronger in order to get that 30 back.
Damn, now I feel bad for reading the book, but I really wanted to triple down on the strength.
No, it's all good. So you meet up
No.
with Havoc after
100
you
years, you'll be set.
Yeah.
How much would my kind of iron ingots cost me and such?
Let's say about 10 gold for everything and the use of his forge and all that stuff. So.
Okay.
As we meet up, I'll start handing out things.
Okay.
So everybody gets about, there's a little bit left over, which I'll just keep in the bag if we want to sell it. But everybody gets about 500 gold worth of jewels. And so, but it's a different formats. So who wants to go first?
Me.
Wait, so we get the gold or we get jewels?
You get jewels. So like there's
Oh.
a black pearl, which is worth 500 gold, which I'll just keep because it's my bag of holding and I don't want as much stuff in my bag of holding. But there's The peridot carved in a leaf plus 2 garnets.
I'll take them.
All right. 1 cracked aquamarine, 1 quartz, and 2 garnets.
I'll take the aquamarine.
Well, you get that whole stack. So
So what was it? What'd you say again?
you get 1 cracked aquamarine, 1 quartz, and 2 garnet. And then Anji, 3 garnet, and we had a stack of 10 random gems, so I have, which were worth 50 each. So you get 3 garnet and 4 random gems worth 50 each.
Okay, gotcha.
And can you do me a big favor and post Nate and Evander's in Discord for him when you get it, when this is over? You know, you don't have to do it right now.
Yeah, so he would get 1 tourmaline, 3 quartz, and 5 random gems.
Okay, cool.
And then everybody would also get 62 gold, 9 silver, and 3 copper. Everybody gets the same. 3 copper.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Plus
For doing
the
that.
200 each from the bowl, right?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so plus another 200 for the bowl. From the
Nice.
bowl.
Yeah, I'll take my 200.
I will also take my 200.
And we're doing all right, y'all.
We are all doing pretty all right. I'm ready to just go to the
In
zoo
that
and buy
case,
6 more
do I
weapons.
think that I could sell that scale mail that I originally had to the smithy?
Sure. He's not gonna pay full price because it is beat up a little.
Used.
Yeah, but what
Can
is
I
scale?
get like 25 for it?
How much is it worth? Usually.
50?
Yeah, 25. Easily done.
I figure that's reasonable.
Yeah, he can knock out the kinks in the armor and get some use out of that too.
Worn by a genuine hero. You can sell it that way.
On the way in here, I would like to pick up some tools that would allow me to carve bone.
Sure. So like just
Bone carving
sturdier bone carving tools, yeah, instead of wood carving tools.
Yeah, like when you're from a craftsman that does, produces scrimshaw, or, you know.
Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
How much is wood carving tools? Do you know? off the top
I
of your head?
don't
I
know.
know. Hold on.
I'd have to look it up.
I can look it up in just a second.
Wood carver's tools are worth 1 gold piece.
Oh, so for about 2 gold pieces, you can get the bone carving tools because it's gonna be a little harder to find because scrimshaw is, you know, like ivory. It's not like that common, but it's not uncommon up here. So
Right, yeah, so I'll pick that up.
I've got money. I've got money, and I've got a quiver that I can put weapons in now, so I don't feel too bad about buying some weapons. Something I wanted to know if he could make is a full-on. I've never gotten to use this in D&D. A lance, a full-on lance.
okay, made out of. What do you think a lance would be made out of?
Wood.
Wood.
A wood shaft with a metal
Metal
head.
Yeah. Okay.
It is one of the D&D weapons, so I can tell you what it's normally listed as.
Yeah, go for it.
It's normally listed as 10 gold pieces.
He's gonna charge you 12 because he's gotta provide his own materials and do the work for it.
Okay.
But he'll say it'll be ready in 2 days.
There may be more. Does he have anything that's already made?
Not
I'm
a
gonna
lance.
be the fighter that has no, but any
Other things.
other things.
Let's
I
see.
am prepared to just buy a whole bunch of skinny things that are pointy on one end and just play around with weapons because
You're
don't
just gonna
play
be
well.
a hedgehog. You're just gonna...
He's got all simple weapons. And then he's got a couple martial ones.
All right. Let's see. Let me count how many javelins I have and then see how many
Sure.
javelins I can hold in it. Let's see. Hold up to 8. I can hold up to 18 javelins or similar
Wow.
objects in just the second pocket alone.
He's only
6
got.
long objects.
He's not gonna have everything you want in stock,
That's okay.
but
How many javelins can I get from this man?
6.
6?
So that's 3
I will-
gold.
I will. Yeah, sure. I'll get 6 javelins. I'm writing it down on a piece of paper,
Sure.
and then I'll. I don't know, guys. What else should I shop for? Woo!
What do you
Um,
shop for the man who has everything?
For the man who has everything. I feel like I could get some use out of a maul. A big 2-handed hammer. Break things. I'm
That would
so sorry.
definitely-
I'm so
That would
sorry. I've
definitely
never had.
tenderize some dragon steak.
He doesn't have a maul. He's got a greatsword though.
Oh, I'll take a great sword.
Okay.
Sure. I just want everything.
Okay. But
Yeah.
and he does have a morning star too. So as far as bludgeoning.
Well, a morning star is
Is
the
Morning
spiky
Star
one.
similar to like a longsword? It
Oh,
can be
sorry,
1 or 2.
Warhammer. He's got a
Oh,
Warhammer.
a small. No, I'll take the great sword. How much for that great sword?
He's gonna charge you 55 gold pieces for it.
All right, so 12 for the lance, 3 for all of the javelins,
Mhm.
55 for the great sword, 8, 9, 10, 70. 70 gold.
Okay.
70 gold.
He'll take that
Going
from you.
his way. I
Yep.
just made 200 from a bowl.
Yeah.
And I'll add all of that delicious stuff into my inventory, and he will just start sliding them into the compartments. The great
see-
sword probably has to go on his back, but everything
You'll see
else.
him like look at you curiously as you put like weapon after weapon into this cache. Like, that's a neat trick you got there.
It is, isn't it?
Mm,
It's new.
very
I
nice.
like it.
While that's going on, I will point at Anji and then point at the broom on Anji's back.
Yes, what about it? Oh, right, here. You have it back.
Put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
2 days for that lance.
Yeah, 2 days.
Okay.
But I'll hold it for you if you're not ready in time. Behind the counter.
I'm gonna put it in my inventory, and I'm gonna write a note on it that says ready in 2 days.
Okay.
So excited, so many new things to try. I've never gotten to use the lance.
Sorry, I'm back. Kayla says hi, by the way.
Hey!
And hello to the internet from Kayla.
Hey, Keela. All right. So, are you guys doing anything
So I
else?
imagine there's a moment where we all kind of meet up again in the town square,
Mhm.
where Kavik is now wearing his helmet that is vaguely kind of Magneto-esque, and now his splint armor that was formerly Gray's, and they just kind of like a moment, there's like these 2 armored figures just kind of like stare at each other and kind of like take stock of one another. And maybe we kind of like just nod.
Also,
other
I
one.
completely forgot. Is there any way I can retcon that when we were back in the curio shop, I asked if there was a playing lute for dummies and or book of songs with tablature and or book that teaches you how to read tablature?
Yes.
I can teach you.
Okay, how much would any of those three in combination cost me?
About 1 gold a book, but you will get let's see, 3 gold for how to play lute for dummies, how to read music, and simple lute songs.
Sold. 100% sold. You guys,
Okay,
I am
goodness.
set. Kavik, you look fantastic. Okay, I'm so excited to get on the road and read these.
Alright, so are you guys heading anywhere else in town? Are you going to Zeus's house today, or not Zeus's,
I think that was kind of mostly it. I reckon we find a place to stay for the evening. Oh no, we also wanted to check in on
Zeus?
the inn owner, whose
Yeah.
name always escapes me.
Gellum.
Well, it's Zeus's boss,
Gallum.
Gallum, and they're both staying at Gallum's sister's house.
Mhm.
I was going to suggest to everyone maybe it's about 10 minutes until 10 o'clock. We'll probably have a
Right.
vendor back. Since we mostly just did shopping, whether maybe we wanted to just wait until we had everyone and then we could go check in on Azus. What do you think?
Very
I
true.
think so, to
like
start the
that.
next big roleplay scene.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we did
that's good for me.
we did a lot of like bookkeeping stuff, and we can just if he wanted to buy anything, we can let him
Very
know
true.
during the week.
He could retcon like, oh yeah, and I also wanted
Yeah, if he wanted to buy anything.
thing.
Do you
Yeah,
want
he might
to?
want some
I wanted-
small stuff.
I wanted to buy a
Doll.
finger extender so that they're even longer.
He might need some spell components. I don't know. He doesn't really talk.
Do you
Yeah,
want
that's
to identify those items? Well, just to say that we're gonna do that.
Let's
in the last
Yeah,
do
so-
that. Do
Okay.
that.
We'll,
so that we
we'll
can-
do that because I'm excited to see what these items are. I'm running out of room in my
Right.
notebook.
I
Alright.
know. I
I don't
know
keep.
that.
I keep notes, but they're hodgepodge notes. They're all over
So-
the place.
I know there was the Ring of the Ram because we've
Yeah, Ring
had
of the
that
Ram.
before.
The
There was another ring, a cloak, and talk rocks,
So you have sending stones.
sending stones.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Useful.
They're always very useful. Yeah.
I remember using those a lot last time.
Yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't work.
What doesn't work? Sorry.
I can't talk.
Oh yeah.
They won't work for me.
Yes. However, we could position you with somebody who can.
And yeah, we have like the telepathy bros if we need to like send you a message in particular.
Yeah.
Why
We
can't I
can
find
hear
the
your.
ring? Okay.
We can hear your your 38 record response.
This is the
Ooh.
ring.
Oh,
You
that's
too
cool.
That's
full?
lovely.
It is called a ring of free action.
Ring of reaction.
Free action.
Okay.
Free
Free
action.
action.
Free
Whoa.
action. While wearing this ring, difficult terrain doesn't cause you extra movement. In addition, magic can neither reduce your speed nor cause you to become paralyzed or restrained.
Ooh.
That's really good for Gray, I
Okay.
think. Or
Yeah.
Farewell. And then the last thing you got. Can you see that?
Yeah, the robe of useful items.
Robe of
Yes,
useful
the robe of
items.
useful
Yes, I love that thing so much. My first artificer had it, and it was wonderful.
So, the robe has 44 other patches. I choose the patches or determine them randomly. Should I roll for them now, or do I roll them when you use them?
Like I said, we've got those 10 minutes. Why don't you
Okay, I'll roll,
roll
for
for
them
them
now.
and we can.
So you have,
So like you roll 10 times and it's like I got 10 patches I can tear off and it's like
six.
one time use sort of a thing.
70.
Yeah, so you can get all sorts of you can have a portable ladder that comes out.
You
You can
have
have
10
a whole horde.
You have 10 extra patches on here. Besides, the robe contains. Okay. You can use the
I'm ready to
action
write them
to detach one of the patches, causing it to become the object or creature it represents. Once the last patch is removed, the robe becomes an ordinary garment. The robe has 2 of each of the following patches. A
And then you have 10
dagger,
extra after.
a dagger, a
2
bull,
daggers.
yeah, 2 of them. 2 bullseye lanterns filled and lit. 2 patches of steel mirrors. 2 patches with 10-foot poles. 2 patches with hempen rope 50 feet coiled. And 2 patches with sacks. Now the other 10 I get to roll right now. So we'll do that.
Yeah, so that's you get all of that for
This
free,
is
and then
delightful.
Yes.
It's the best item to give to an artificer, in my opinion.
So the first patch is going to be a 7. So you get a bag of 100 gold pieces.
Ooh.
It just makes money,
Free money.
but you can hold on to it and make up money.
Yeah,
when you
it's
need it,
like-
yeah.
Oh, I'm 100 short. Boom, not anymore.
Exactly.
A 35 is a 24-foot ladder. Wooden ladder.
That's really good.
Oh good, you guys needed this. 4 potions of healing in 1 patch.
Do the beats.
Ooh, that's great.
20. Silver coffer. 1 foot long, 6 inches wide and deep, but it's worth 500 gold pieces.
We just made all the money back buying this robe.
46. A riding horse. I don't know if that'll help you around here, but you get a
A
riding
what?
horse with
A whole
saddlebags.
horse.
A whole horse.
You peel the patch off,
It's
and it gets
a
a whole
horse, of course.
Yep.
My artificer used it to get out of jail, and then I just ripped a
31.
patch off, and I got on a horse and rode away.
Another wooden ladder.
Okay.
Okay.
How many left do I have to do?
You've done 1, 2,
4.
3, 4, 5. You've done 5.
More.
Five. I thought
Or
she did
you've
6.
done 6. Sorry,
So
I
I've
didn't write
got
the horse down.
I've got gold, bag of gold, ladder, potions of healing, silver coffer,
Coffer.
riding horse,
Ladder.
Another ladder.
So now
So 4
there's
more.
four left.
4 more potions of healing in 1.
Ooh. That's 8.
Yeah. Where'd that other one go?
We're in a good place.
99. You get a portable ram.
You never know, we might need that.
58.
Yeah. Does it have a Hemi?
Here, you'll like this, Jim. A pit, a 10-foot feet on each side, which you can place on the ground within 10 feet of you. A pit.
It makes a hole.
Last but not least.
A window.
A
2 feet
window.
by 4 feet, up to 2 feet deep, which you can place on a vertical surface you can reach. A window.
That would let you get through a wall.
Oh, okay. I
You
had
put
no
it.
idea what that would mean. It was like,
Yeah.
if there's a
So-
window missing from my
No, so you can, you can
from
put
my
it
room, I
against,
just put it in a new window.
you put it against a wall, and it will turn into a window on that wall.
Yeah.
So that you could then
that
go
is
through the wall.
rad.
And then so then the hole it just makes a pit, so it would make just a hole in the ground. That is a really good 8 potions of healing,
Yeah.
2 ladders.
2 ladders, a portable
horse.
ram, a whole horse. We could just eat it if we needed to. 'cause
Oh
it
my
doesn't
God.
live in
No.
smoke.
Don't eat my horse.
I'm thinking about all the survival elements. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna name it
Um,
Humphrey.
Okay.
So hopefully, I know that wasn't very eventful, but hopefully you guys had a fun session tonight.
Oh, I
got a lot of
totally-
stuff.
Yeah, we've got a lot of
This-
stuff to divide.
This is a weird but I like shopping sessions.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
shopping.
They're
I love
they're
shopping.
fun and they're easy
In
going.
some ways, I like
shopping.
shopping sessions more than combat sessions.
because
Love a shopping session.
combat can
after
drag
combat.
on, but shopping you get to roleplay, you get to interact. Yeah, shopping episodes are actually fun.
D&D is about doing things that you can't do in real life, and I can't just spend $1,000
True.
Right.
Go buy a
Or-
lance.
or buy a lance, right? When I go to a Ren fair, I definitely like always want to buy a sword, but you know what? In D&D, I'll just buy 3 swords. Who
True.
cares?
For 50 gold. I mean,
It's 50 gold.
Yeah, that's like nothing.
What a deal!
All
I
right.
mean, like literally, yeah. This robe has like another 600 gold in it now.
At least.
We're gonna run this 2-horse town, and I'll pull off a patch, and it'll be a 3-horse town.
Alright guys, so thanks for hanging out on this tonight. Evander's gonna keep his not 20, but we can vote someone else that had good roleplay. Although, anyone want to nominate anyone for roleplay tonight?
I think maybe we can do like best mention, for the role play, but since Evander's gonna keep it.
Okay. I was gonna give you guys another one, but if you want to do that,
I liked my little conversation with you, Anji.
yeah, that was
I
intense.
had a good time doing that.
I hope it wasn't too uncomfortable. The music was doing me a lot of favors in changing like the tone, but
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was just like I was I got really into it. The dice thing freaked me out. I was like,
yeah, you like that?
That was
there was
cool.
a weird part of me that was like I know what the truth is, but is the truth like enough? Like it was very cool.
I mean, I thought about hitting you with an insight check when you went, "Oh yeah, sure, the gems. That's what I meant." But in all in due time. And I really liked how you handled afterwards of like stretching and like the like getting back into your body for a bit and then okay, let's put it back on and like crunching yourself back down. That was nasty.
Yeah.
And then crying.
Yeah. And then the bit where you swindled the shopkeeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This bowl totally produces something every day. You just have to learn the right word.
It was the use of the spell plus the rod. It's just like, oh, we're gonna clean house here. That was great.
I mean, okay, maybe this is talk for after, but anyways, yes, it was very fun.
Alright, well thanks everyone for hanging in there with us and chilling with us today. And remember, next time that you are doing something at a smithy shop,
Oh.
at a smithy shop, make sure it's legal and you just don't accidentally craft like bombs and like,
Not a bong.
hookahs. Not a bong. Okay, it might be a hookah.
It's a
of some sort.
hookah.
It's a hookah.
Spoilers, it's a hookah.
It's a hookah. Alright, so next time you're crafting a hookah for your friends in the contest, always add the proficiency bonus. Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Farewell.